Hey guys, so in this video, we're just going to conclude the entire series. So in this series, what did we do, right? First, we read the problem statement. We built a three-statement financial model and an LBO on top of that for a fictitious company, ABC, basis these assumptions that we mentioned at the start, right? Now, how is this going to be different from a case that you might typically face in a 3 or 4 hour setting if you interview at a buyout shop, right? So what will primarily be different is, first of all, this company won't be fictitious. It'll be a real company, a company that will typically be listed, wherein you get the annual reports, 2, 3 years of annual reports and some investor presentations. And what will be given to you, what will not be given to you, right? So for example, key LBO assumptions will be given to you, but what will not be given to you will be operating assumptions. They're not going to tell you this is how you break down revenue and then you segment it this way and grow it by this much, or how should you think about COGS or other OPEX items and how will they change over the next 5 years, or even balance sheet items, right? How to think about them. You're going to have to read the investor presentation, read the annual report, the MD&A section to get an idea of whether or not, to just get a sense on how you want to segment revenue. How do you think about cost line items? How should they change? What are key drivers of material costs? What are some of the key levers for operating leverage? You're going to have to think about this in that 4 hour setting. So that's going to be one difference. The second difference is, once the model is done, right, they will typically ask you to come out with like maybe a 2 pager or 3 pager presentation, or just write down points in a Word doc in terms of what is the key investment thesis if one were to invest in this company, in terms of, why is there going to be revenue growth? Why will there be margin expansion? Why is this a good investment, right? So you're going to have to talk about the company. What does it do? What is it doing differently? What is its competitive position? Why is it better? Why will margins increase? That's on the investment thesis point. Then you're going to have to cover risks, right? Like, what are the risks in terms of, do they have control? Do they have pricing power that changes in material cost can be passed on to consumers? What is the competitive landscape? Could we lose out to competition in terms of, could that affect our revenue growth, right? And then points around this. What does the management team look like? Are we going to have to replace the management team? Because in case of a buyout, you're buying out 100% of the company. And then some key diligence points, right? Diligence points are just diligencing all of the risks that you mentioned and some of the investment thesis points that you think hold true. And then your recommendation, whether or not you should invest in this company, at what valuation will you be okay investing in this company, at what multiple. So all of this will have to be done in roughly a 4 hour setting. So I would suggest this case taught you how to build an LBO model on top of the restatement. Watch these videos, understand how to do that, and then take a publicly listed company and try doing the same on that company in a 4 hour setting with some of the points that I just mentioned above in terms of building a thesis, coming out with key risk points, key points for diligence. It's very important to like practice this as much as you can, because even if you understand all of the concepts, right, and you can do it in a longer span of time, it'll not be enough. Like 4 hours might seem like a long time, but in a case study setting, you're under tremendous pressure, right? Because if I give you a new company that you've never covered in terms of the industry, or you have no idea how the company works, you're going to have to first take out 10, 15 minutes to think about, what does this company do, right? Ask some fundamental questions. How does it make money? How does it create value? And then try to get a lot of that data from the investor presentations, the annual reports, and get some sense. So what I would say is, first, always build the model out completely. Try to finish that out in part 1.5, 2 hours, the entire model like we've built in this case. After that, spend time understanding the business, how you would want to taper assumptions, how would you want to break revenue, and that should take you another half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour, just tapering around with the model, changing it basis your understanding of the company. And then in the last 1 hour, just spend time making few quick slides or just noting down key points in a Word doc as to how you would go about presenting all of this to an IC, an investment committee, right? Because that's what typically people do on the job at private equity. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this course. To watch, to subscribe. Bye.
Hey, thanks a lot for watching the video. Hope you found it useful and also got a few actionable insights.
Check out our website and join the mailing list for regular content. Do spread the word and share it with anyone else you think might find this useful.